Hello, hi, good morning, guys. I hope you are able to hear and my screen is visible, right? Fine, guys. Okay, so today in our session, we'll be discussing one of the very important Azure service. Okay, so let me give one example before that first. Okay, suppose you are using your machine, guys. Okay, you people are using your laptops, right? You are using your laptops, and let us assume that, okay, today's class, I'll take an example of Windows machine. Okay, so we are using Windows machines as our laptops. Okay, and this is your Windows machines, right? So on your Windows machines, when you are using your Windows machines, okay, you people might be, okay, storing your files. You might be having your folders, right? You might be having your softwares installed on this machine, right? You might be having your images, videos, your personal data, your official data, and all those things will be present in your laptop over here, right? So everything is going fine, your laptop is running perfectly okay, right? And one sudden day your laptop crashed. Okay, one fine day, what happened? Your laptop crashed. Okay, so if your laptop is crashed, whatever files, folders, data, and software which is there on your machine, on your laptop, okay, what you will do, you will try to retrieve the data, right? We will try to retrieve all the data because all those files, folders are important to us, right? And when you try to retrieve the data, if we use the best retention software, also you have a lot of retention software, data recovery softwares are there, right? And when you try to recover your data from your recovery softwares, okay, you will get max to max. If you use best recovery software, best recovery files also, you will get up to 70 to 80% of your data. 100% retention will not be given by any recovery software. Suppose your hard disk is crashed, okay, and when you want to retrieve the data back, 70 to 80% only they'll give. If I'm telling it's the best retention software, or else normally you'll get around 40 to 50% only. Let us assume that you got 70 to 80% back. What about the 20%? If the 20% was your very important files, if the 20% was your childhood images, you'll not get it back again, right? Because it's crashed. So there is a risk over here always involved. Whenever you use a machine, there is a risk involved over here, right? If something happens to your machine, this is what a major problem is. 100% retention is not available on physical machines if you use a physical laptops, right? Now let us take the same example in case of Azure machines. We are using Azure servers, right? We are having Azure virtual machines. We are using Azure Windows machines, Azure Linux machines, right? Now let me tell you one more benefit of Azure, that you are in your Azure machine also, you will save your files, you will save your folders, you will save your data, you will install your software. You will do normally how you use your laptop. We use our cloud machines in the same way, right? And suddenly if your cloud machine crash, first of all, it will not crash. 99.9% redundancy is there, it will not crash. Okay, it's like 0.1% chance. Let us assume that if your machine is crashed, okay, still then, okay, you will be getting your 100% data back, guys. 100% data you will get it back. 0% file loss, 0% data loss. And whatever software which you have installed on that machine, even that softwares also will be available. Okay, normally with retention, okay, you will get the softwares but it will not be in installed state. But with this Azure virtual machines, if you are having any softwares, those softwares also will be available in the same state. If they are installed, it will be available in installed state only for you. All the files, folders, everything you will get back with 100% retention. You will not even lose a single file. No point of losing a single file also over here. That is one of the major reasons why industries uses cloud. So physical machines, you always have that risk. Okay, but on cloud machines and cloud servers, 0% risk over here, zero. Right? Now let us see how Azure actually manages your 100% retention. Okay, so what is happening over here in Azure, that it is giving you back 100% retention over here, right? So two concepts are there over here. One is it is saving you when your machine is getting crashed. Okay, and the other thing which involves over here is, suppose you are having 100 files in this machine, guys. Okay, let us assume you are having 1000 files. Okay, and you are having 100 folders. Okay, and you have installed some 50 softwares on this machine. Okay, now your manager is telling you, okay, so for these two things, this is the same solution for those. Okay, so the second thing is you are having 1000 files, 100 folders, and 50 softwares in your machine. Okay, all are running, everything is installed, everything is running fine, and your manager tells you to create exact same machine for you. Okay, when everything is running fine, your manager is telling you to create a one more machine, and that should be exactly same like this machine. That machine also should have 1000 files, 100 folders, and 50 softwares. Okay, that is his requirement, right? Now, so in this requirement, you can do in two ways. You can create a new machine, and you can copy those 1000 files, or you can create 1000 files. You can have 100 folders, and you can install 50 softwares. It will take you whole day for doing that thing. If there are 10,000 files, then again it will take more amount of time for you, right? So instead of creating a new machine and everything doing again from step one, and again doing everything from the scratch, okay, so what Azure has given us over here is, you can capture your machine entirely over here in a form of image, guys, in the form of image. Okay, so this is where we'll be creating our own images over here. We also call it as custom images. Custom images is where you'll be creating your own images. Okay, custom images over here means you'll be creating your own images. Okay, so what I'll be doing over here is, whatever files, folders, data, softwares which are there on my machine, I'll capture them entirely on an image over here. So this image will be my own image. Okay, this is not a fresh image, right? I am capturing that machine image and I'm creating my own image over here. Okay, and with this image which I'm getting over here, with this image, if I create a one more machine, okay, so with this image, if I create a one more machine, this machine will have all the data, files, softwares which were available on my machine one. Okay, so you can call this as your parent machine, and I have my child machine over here. Okay, so this will be my parent machine, okay, where you are having all your data, softwares, files, and I'll be capturing those entire things in an image, and I will be creating a child machine. Right? Then whichever way your parent machine is acting over here, in the same way your child machine will be acting over here. Okay, so in a simple way, what you are doing over here, you are cloning your servers. We are cloning our servers. Okay, in a more simple way, if I want to tell what we are doing over here, I'm taking the Xerox copy of my servers over here. I'm simply taking a Xerox copy of my servers. So one server is there, I'm taking a Xerox copy of that. And you people know that from one original, you can take 50 Xerox copies also. So from that parent machine, I can create 50 child machines also if I need. So it's simply taking a Xerox copy of your servers. Right? Fine. Now what I'll do is, first I'll go to my Azure dashboard. Okay, and I'll create a Windows machine. And on this Windows machine, I will create some files, folders, and I will install some softwares on that Windows machine. Okay, so that will be my parent machine. and that from parent machine I will create an image. From that parent machine I will create one image, and from that image I will create my child machine. Okay, and when I create my child machine, I will test it over here that whatever file folders were there on my parent machine, that should be available over here. So that is my testing area. And depending upon that, I will test that everything was captured or not. Right now, going back to my Azure board, so I'll create a virtual machine. Okay, and let me select my resource group. I'll give a name to this machine as my parent machine. You can give any name. Okay, and I'll be creating this machine in my Shia South, and this time I'm creating a Windows machine, and let me select the available size, and let me give the username over here. Username, let me give it as Krishna, and let me assign a password. Okay, so I'm setting the password over here now. Given RDP is allowed. So let me click on review and create, and I'll create this machine quickly over here. Now it is running the validation, and once the validation is passed, okay, we will create our machines. Right, I'll click on create, and I'll create my Windows machine. Okay, now while deployment is under progress, which means parent machine is getting created over here. Okay, so it will take 2 or 3 minutes for deployment to complete. Okay, now my machine got created over here successfully. I'll go to my resource. Okay, so let us wait for just 1 or 2 minutes. Once my agent is ready, I will log into this machine over here. Right. Okay, yes guys, it is ready now. Okay, so now let us log into this machine. I'll click on RDP, and I will download my RDP file. Okay, I'll click on my parent RDP file, and username over here is Krishna, and I will log in with my username over here, and I'll click on continue to connect, and we will connect to our Windows machine. Okay, now we are logging to our Windows machine. Okay, now my Windows machine is ready guys. Okay, so what I'll do over here is, on the desktop itself, let me create some folders and files. Okay, I can create it anywhere, so it will be easier for me to, okay, create the folders and files over here, right? So let me just create it. Okay, so let me create a few folders over here on the desktop. Okay, I'll go to new. I'll create my first folder with the name Flipkart. Let me create a one more folder over here. Okay, with the name Snapdeal. Okay, let me create a one more folder over here. Okay, with the name HDFC. Right, so all these three folders are created by me. I've created these folders, right? And similarly, let me create some files also over here, and I'll go to new, and let me create a file. I'll call this file as file1, and let me create a one more file. Okay, and I will create a one more file with the name file2. Okay, so like this you can create hundreds of folders and thousands of files. You can create as many you want. Okay, your choice, no limited quantity over here. Right, now once you have created your folders and files, let me go ahead and let me install some software packages on this machine guys. Okay, as internet is integrated with this machine, right, I'll go to Google and I'll download some of the packages over here. Okay, so let me go to Google. Okay, and firstly I'll say let me download Mozilla. I'll say download Mozilla Firefox. Okay, and let me download and install Mozilla. Okay, because Mozilla is not available on this machine, right? You can see it got downloaded, and let me install Mozilla now. Okay, so it will be quite quick guys over here, because it will have a very fast, okay, connectivity, and you can see Firefox installation has started. Okay, so Firefox is getting installed. You can install whichever software you want. Okay, you can download it from Google and you can install the package. Okay, so Mozilla got installed over here, guys. Right now, let me go to Google. Okay, if you want to install one more package, okay, so let us go and let us download. Okay, Adobe PDF Reader. Okay, one more important. Now I'll go back to Adobe. Okay, and let me download it and let me install it. Okay, so we can see that it's quite fast in terms of installation. Okay, now I'll click on finish and we can see, okay, that Mozilla got installed over here. Okay, and Adobe PDF Reader is also got installed over here, right? So we can go to our, okay, control panel, also we can check. Okay, you can see McAfee security. Okay, these packages have been installed over here nowadays. Okay, right, fine, very good. So now you have created some files, folders, we have installed some packages on this machine, we have installed some softwares, right? Very good. So now what I'll do is I will go back. Okay, as I've told you in the diagram that I'll be capturing this entire machine in an image over here. Okay, so this image will have the entire data, entire files, entire software which I have installed on my parent machine. Okay, so if I go back to my Azure dashboard, okay, and if I go to my parent machine, okay, so if I go to my parent machine from over here, and if I click on my parent machine, right, you see on top of your screen, you have an option over here called as capture. So this capture will create an image of this machine. With that capture, you will be creating an image of this machine over here. Okay, so capture is one of the regular operations which you will do as your DevOps engineer. That is the reason it has given on the top of your options only. That once I click on capture, you see now I've clicked on capture. Okay, it is giving me all these details. Okay, so I'm sharing it to my compute gallery so that using this image I can create few more machines. Okay, now let me go on to give a name to this gallery. I'll call this as my gallery. Okay, so that it will save the images in my gallery over here. You can give any name to that gallery. So all those images which you are creating, all those images will be saved in this gallery actually. Okay, so generalized VMs are fine with me. Okay, now, so target VM definition over here is for the next VM when you are creating over here, for that next VM, okay, you just provide a name over here, that my VM, and whatever the image which you have captured over here, that image details are over here, that it's a Windows machine, it's a Windows Server 22. Okay, Windows Server 22 is the one which we have captured, right? I'll say okay, yes, that is my machine. Okay, and this will be my version 1.0. Okay, so this will be my version 1 over here, right? So let me give it in 0.1 format. Okay, in this one. Okay, two dots came over here like this. Okay, so if you are creating a one more image of this machine, you will be giving it as 0.02, or you can give 0.1.0 also. Okay, incremental order, right? Now, so everything is looking fine, and you know what is the end of life date over here? Okay, I'll explain you it a bit later. Okay, right now I don't want to confuse. Okay, so I'll click on review and create, and I'm creating an image first over here, guys. So I've given the name to my image. Okay, and it will be stored in my gallery over here, right? Now I will click on create. Okay, now image is getting created. So the entire machine will be captured in this image, guys. Okay, entire machine will be captured on this image now. Okay, so let it get created over here. Okay, so it will take couple of minutes for us to get created. Meantime, let me explain you that what is that end date of life over here. Okay, see guys, what happens is when you are creating the images, okay, for example, on Monday you have created one image, we are calling it as version 1. Okay, on Tuesday we are creating one more image, we are calling it as version 2. On Wednesday, okay, Wednesday you are creating one more image, we are calling it as version 3. Okay, now tell me one thing over here. Monday you have created something, okay, again Tuesday also you are creating something. So Tuesday's image will it will have Monday's data or not? It will have, right? So again Wednesday's image will have Tuesdays and Mondays also, right? Thursdays will have Wednesdays, Tuesdays and Mondays also, right? So in this case, what is the latest image over here? Wednesday's image is the latest image. So do I need to store my Monday's image? Will it give me more benefit if I store Monday's image? No, right? Because Wednesday's image is already having Tuesday data and Monday data also. If I create Thursday's image will have Wednesday's data, Tuesday's data and Monday's data also. So why should I store Monday's image over here? Because it will be an older image and it will not be an updated image, and already Monday's data is available with me on Wednesday and Tuesday also, right? So in these cases you will remove your older images. We have to delete our older images. So not only creating the images, you have to remove older images also, right? So this is one of the important questions which will be asked in an interview, because if you people have worked, okay, you will not only create images, you will also delete the images also. So you should tell your interviewer whenever he asks about the images that you are removing the older images also. You should say the creation process, and you should tell him that you are removing older images, because a working professional will know that they will be removing the older images. They will not be storing older images over here. No use also, because latest images are there with you. Latest images will give you all the data over here. If you take Friday's image, it will take the entire week's data over here, right? So in that case, if you keep on storing older images, you will get a lot of cost also, lot of storage will be occupied, right? So that is the reason the end date which is given over there, right? That end date on that particular day, if you give the date, it will remove that image. It will delete that image automatically on that date. So Monday's image you can remove it on Friday. So give a Friday's date so that Monday's image will get removed on Friday. We no longer require it also, right? So in a incremental fashion, it will work over here. So I will not be storing any older images, not required also. Latest images is what my need. If anything is happening to machine, I have my latest image with me. Okay, for a safe side, keep last two latest images. That will be fine. So keep Friday and Thursdays. Keep last two images. Older images you remove. Right? That is a more better approach for having and saving your images. Okay. So now image creation is going on over here. Deployment is in progress.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So image creation is in progress. Okay. It will take a couple of minutes because it is capturing your entire machine over here, guys.
Yes, sir. Hello, sir.
Okay. So image got created over here, guys, successfully. Fine. Now let me go to my image over here. And once you go to your image, you will see that this is your image which got created. Okay. This is the image which it got created. Using this image, what I will do is I'll create a VM. Okay, using this image I'll create a virtual machine now. So it asks you the same kind of, okay, options over here. I'll call this machine as my child machine. Okay, so image is already picked from my gallery over here. See, this is not a fresh Windows machine which I'm creating. Okay, this is the machine which I'm creating from my own image, right? And now let me give a name over here. Okay, so I'll give a name over here as Mohan, and let me assign a password over here for this child machine. Okay, and let me quickly give a password. Right? Okay, so it has selected my image from my gallery and I've given all the options. Now let me, okay, quickly create an over here. Okay, so this is a Windows server, right? And I'll click on review and create. So it will be checking for validation now. Right, validation has been passed. Now I'll click on create and it will create your child machine over here, guys. Okay, so once this child machine is created, I will log into this child machine and I will check that all that folders, files and softwares are available on this child machine or not. Okay, and these are the same steps which you have to follow for your project, guys. Okay, so at regular intervals you will be creating your images over here. In a week, two or three times you will be creating your images. So every day you will, every 2 or 3 days you will be having a backup day. We call it as a backup day. At the end of the day, either on Tuesday or Wednesday on Friday, you will be taking a backups at least to an alternate days, one of the regular operations which will perform as a DevOps engineer. Okay, and again cleaning those images is also your responsibility. You have to check when it got created and you have to remove older images. In an automated way also you can remove. If you specify the date before only, it will delete that image automatically from out there, right? So not only creation, cleaning up is also an important task, guys. Okay, so we should not forget that. Anyhow, after you create image, when you go to child machine, when you see all those things, when an entire thing is checked by you, you have to delete child image, you have to delete parent image, and you have to delete that image also out there. Child machine, parent machine, and image also you have to delete. Don't store that image, it will be costing you out there. Okay, so remove that image also. Okay, so let me refresh and let me go for a redeploy over here. Let me check the details for conflict. Okay, okay, so let me give the name over here. Okay, right. So let me go to my images, to my gallery. Okay, so this is my image. Let me create a VM using this image. Okay, and I'll give a name as child machine. Okay, and let me give a username as Mohan and let me assign a password. Okay, so this could happen because my image was not ready. If your image is not ready, because immediately I went for virtual machine creation, right? So once your image is created, wait for a couple of minutes. Okay, so once your image is ready, wait for a couple of minutes, then go for VM creation. Okay, now I've selected all these things. Now let me go for review and create. Okay, if your validation is passed, okay, then I'll be going for creation of my virtual machine. Okay, so again the deployment is in progress. Okay, it will take time, guys, because your machine size, depending upon your machine size, it will be creating over here. Okay, and Windows machines normally takes, okay, couple of minutes of time, so it will take few minutes of time. Okay, so let me go and check, okay, the details over here. See, it is telling me only one thing: the virtual machine image which is there, okay, it needs few more minutes of time actually. You see, this suggests that OS has not been prepared okay, which is used for this image. So we have to wait for few more couple of minutes. Okay, so we have to still wait for few more couple of minutes over here, guys. Okay, so in this case, what I'll do over here is we have to wait for few more couple of minutes over here. Okay, and once this image is ready, we will be logging in over here, guys. Okay, so let us wait for, okay, a couple of minutes more. So this was created earlier, right? So let me just check with connection, download RDP. Let me check it over here. Okay, let me try it again. If it is taking more time, okay, it will take more time, guys. Okay, so let it get created. Okay, let it get provisioned, and okay, so you people try up to the image creation. Okay, and the same image will be continuing on to our next session. Okay, it will take a lot of time because it is around, what is the storage that which you have selected? You guys can guess for Windows how much we are getting. Nearly 200 GB. Okay, so this 200 GB of storage, which is again it is recapturing over here. Okay, so it will take couple of minutes. Actually, it's not a corporate account, right? It's a free trial account, so it will take more couple of minutes. Okay, so it's a 200 GB image which we have captured. Now the 200 GB image which is again getting redeployed over here. Okay, so that is the reason it is telling us to wait for more couple of minutes. Okay, so you people create image, it's better to wait for half an hour to 1 hour. Okay, because ours are free tier accounts, 200 GB's image size is there, right? So try to create it and test your child images. Okay, give a good decent amount of time, and then you will see everything will be available in your child machine also. Everything should be available on your child machine. Same action I will perform on Linux machine also. A Linux machine also will perform the same operation. On a Linux machine also, as we are installing HTTP, right? And you're getting the message, right? So when I create the image, from that image, when I capture child machine, from child machine also I should get the message without doing anything on child machine. If from parent machine you are getting the message, which means from child machine also you should get the message. Okay, so we have to completing this same task on Linux also. Okay, fine, then I'll save this up to over here. We know the steps to how to capture